Welcome to the F Word, where we talk about finals, and here we've got a special guest today, Brodie Holland from Collingwood, or former Collingwood player, to talk about finals. Brodie, it's been a very, very interesting time at Collingwood over the last year or so, probably since you've left.
Yeah.
All the successes coming at the one time.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. So you're saying it's my fault that we were losing before?
Well, potentially.
Now that we've left,
no,
that's why we're successful. Is that what you're saying?
No. But obviously, Brodie, it's all coming good at the right time. We're seeing them go over to Arizona. What's the effects, do you think, of the fitness camp over in Arizona?
Look, I've been talking to a lot of people about altitude training of late, and on the back of the whole success with Collingwood Footy Club in the last year or so, people are asking the question, and certainly my thoughts on the whole thing are, if clubs aren't doing it, they're just going to fall further and further behind. The Collingwood Footy Club have got the altitude room at the club. They go to Arizona every year and have done for the last 5 years. So you look at guys like Pendlebury and Thomas and those guys, they've been going to altitude training for the last 5-6 years in a row, and it's a compounding effect of them actually getting fitter and fitter each year, and they're just getting further ahead of other players and other teams. So I dare say most of the other clubs, and some of them are doing it. I know Carlton, from all reports, have got their own altitude room there at the moment, but but a side like Richmond hasn't done anything. So there straight away is alarm bells go off. There is scope for improvement overnight.
Yeah. It's obviously, that could be the difference potentially in finals. Obviously, we've seen Dane Swan and we've seen Heath Shaw. Obviously, have you seen Heath Shaw lately? He's looking pretty good.
Yeah, no. Apparently, he's lost 5 or 6 kgs, and he's looking pretty good, looking fit. But look, the effects that altitude training does have. Look, for instance, I went over there and I couldn't train because I had a tooth pulled out and I was injured and blah blah blah. And when I got back, on the back of no running, I did my best ever time in a 2K time trial.
Right.
So that's just living in that atmosphere and environment. You become fitter just living in it, not necessarily even training in it.
What do you reckon of the Pies, Brodie? Are they the real thing this year? Are they looking good?
They're the real deal. I think we've all seen what they can do, and especially last year and the year before. I said to Nick Maxwell after the premiership last year, I said, mate, if you play like that, I honestly can't see you getting beaten next year. And I didn't say that lightly, and so far they've only dropped the one game and probably maybe should have won that. They're the real deal, but finals are a funny thing, and if you get injuries on the day and throughout the final series, if a Travis Cloke and a Scott Pendlebury went down, for instance, or a Dane Swan, or 2 of the 3, then it's a different ball game straight away. So anything can happen, but quietly confident.
Your career ended, Brodie, and obviously you went on to bigger things at Dancing with the Stars and Uncle Jimmy's Pool Room, which is taking off. Obviously, tell us about that last year with you, because you had those injuries, recurring injuries. Was it tough to give up?
Yeah, it was very tough. Look, footy was my life and had been since I was young. I played state footy since I was 15, and you're in this structured regime where you're training every day. You're feeling fit. Your life's in order, and then all of a sudden, it's out the window, and you've got to find something else. So it was tough. I had a few injuries. Achilles injury got the better of me in the end, which was unfortunate. But these things happen. At the end of the day, I played my 150 plus games, which I was happy with. Yep. A lot of players don't get the opportunities that I had. So I thank the Collingwood Footy Club for that, and I was blessed with those opportunities.
Do you think you could have gone on, and did you get any offers from other clubs?
Look, what ended up happening was the injury was just too bad, and it looked as though I wasn't going to come back. I was confident that it would over time, but they just didn't have the time to put into me.
Yep.
So I went off and played local footy for a year, and
which was successful, wasn't it?
Yeah, which was successful. We won a flag at local level at Maribyrnong Park, which was great. And Collingwood did briefly look at me to possibly coming back in, and then I think what happened was they looked at Luke Ball, and they went for Luke Ball. So
are you being serious?
Yeah, that's what actually happened. There was, I think the recruiting guy was there watching me a couple of games, and I think it was a very small percentage of chance of happening, but they were looking at it again, and then when they got the opportunity to take Luke Ball, that's what happened.
Because you showed a lot of Maribyrnong Park, and you're a star coach and that type of thing. Obviously, you're back there this year, and Wayne Carey played that one game. Tell us about that game.
Yeah, the duck pulled on the boots for Maribyrnong Park. It was exciting for everyone down there. 4,500 people were down there, and the crowd was buzzing. He kicked a nice goal from on the left foot from the boundary in that first quarter. Then he did the calf unfortunately. So that was the last we saw of the duck. But you know, the club did some good fundraising for it, and created a lot of buzz about the club, and it was a success overall.
But was he going to play the whole season, Brodie?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he actually was. And you know, look, my thoughts on the whole thing was he had to play the whole year, or one game only, or the whole year. There's no every second week, this, that, and the other. I think, you know, he had to commit to the club, or it had to be just a one-off promotional game. And he was keen to play, and you know, the players loved having him there training, as you can imagine. It's a little bit surreal for some of these guys that have only played local footy as well.
Obviously, off the field, your business is growing too. You've got Free Life, and you've got this Thai Slim drink, which is just beautiful at the moment. Shane Warne's drinking it. He's looking good. Stephen Baker's trying to get involved as well. Tell us about that chain of
well, that's one of the things that I got into when I finished at Collingwood Footy Club, is the Free Life International, which is a network marketing business. They work with the health products. And what happened was I got Nick Maxwell involved, and now Stephen Baker's involved. They've introduced this Thai Slim system, which Shane Warne's taking. Brendan Favola's lost 16 kilos on it as well. So we've got some high-profile athletes getting great results. Stephen Baker's the fastest builder in the world at the moment in that business. So
did you think it would get that big? Did you think it would?
No, well, look, I just thought it's just good to make a bit of extra cash on the side. You know, like I was taking one of the products, you know, for 3 or 4 months, getting great results, and thought, let's just get involved in the business, see what happens. You know, and the products were that good that it's just you know, just blown out of the water now. And as you can see, you know, Shane Warne in that photo that you saw him in London, a lot of people are sort of giving him a bit of stick about he looked a bit too gaunt. Didn't suit him. But at the end of the day, he's lost weight, and that's what people want. They want to lose weight, and Thai Slim and the Total Body System is doing that for these people. And Stephen Baker's enrolled about 600 or 700 customers this month. So it's out of control.
Absolutely. Brodie, thank you very much for your time today. We really do. Thank you. And Uncle Jimmy's Poolroom.tv, you can see Brodie and Russell Robertson exclusively live every week on Thursday. Thank you very much.
Good on you, Brent.
Cheers.
Thanks for having me.
No worries. Thanks, mate.